Hello everyone, welcome to Factory Berlin, and I hope you enjoyed the documentary Creating the Third Space. We're here now with a few artists and residents from the first and second edition, and we're going to be playing some interactive games and some getting to know yous. I am your host, Whitney Wei. I am the editor-in-chief of Electronic Beats and an artist mentor. First, let's start with some introductions. Lucas?
So, my name is Lucas Garvey. I'm an artist and graphic designer. Professionally, I work in print design. However, personally, I work with speculative futures and social design in the hope to promote particular mindsets to help shift us towards social betterment.
Amazing. Harriet?
Hello, I'm Harriet Davey. I'm a CGI artist and I am primarily focusing on virtual humans and avatars.
Hi, I'm Portrait XO. I'm an audiovisual artist. Started off with a strong focus on singing and producing and moved more towards computational creativity, especially with machine learning and audio and visuals.
Nice one. Shall we get into the game?
Let's do it.
Okay,
go.
so I'll be spinning the wheel and I will be asking you corresponding questions to go with everything. And of course, getting to know one another. Oh, all right, yellow. Lucas, it's a drawing game, lucky you. So, draw your ideal studio.
Excellent.
So you're going three-dimensional.
Oh yeah.
Architectural.
It just looks like a shed right now.
Until...
Red to fill.
Oh, it's a tree house.
Is it a treehouse in space?
Oh, now there's an idea.
Where do you imagine this treehouse?
Somewhere very, very, very far away.
From Berlin?
From anywhere.
Okay, fair enough. Would you like to explain it a little bit more? Why is this your ideal?
So to be honest, recently, especially because of the pandemic, I find the only thing that's really giving me energy, especially creatively and inspiration, is to just be alone in nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there some spots that you've been going to in Berlin?
I've been going to Grunewald a lot.
Okay.
But I've also been like wild camping around Brandenburg, which has been really nice. Yeah, there's a fantastic, very large lake at Buckow, which is beautiful. There's like a little nature park around there.
All right, we got some rogue outdoorsmen in this crew. Very nice. Harriet, you're next. You have blue, show and tell. I hope you're ready. Would you like to show us something that you've been creating recently?
Yeah, so I have been working on some pieces of work for an exhibition in Madrid. It's going to be like a group exhibition with some other 3D artists, and it's a digital urban expo, I guess. So there's going to be some indoor screens, some outdoor screens, and they're going to show some of my video renders.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, and there's like some really metallic, glistening figures.
Is it supposed to react to urban spaces, or is there a certain prompt that they gave you?
No, they just let us show whatever we wanted to show, really. So I took one of the stills that I'd worked on quite recently and kind of went back into the file, reanimated it, and rendered it out as a proper video.
Okay. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You have a little bit of show and tell as well. Would you like to show and tell something that you've been doing recently?
Sure. Lately, I've been working on some new AI approaches to my audiovisual work. I have a 3-piece composition that's coming out, being exhibited at KI Camp 2021 at the end of the month. And so for these pieces, I decided to play a little bit more on the audio reactive side of things. And there is a custom AI model that was made by Birds on Mars based on my talking voice, which was really interesting. They created a cool little interface where I could put text into it and it would generate like a resynthesized voice. So it's like listening to my human voice, but in a machine learned style, and you can make it ramble and sing, and you just get some really, really strange and peculiar results. So that's been really fun.
Does it sound anything like auto-tune?
It's got some really fun features like that. You can, some parameters, like you can change the speed and the pitch, the language. You can make it ramble and you can make it sing. The singing is really funny and really, really random. And sometimes it just kind of like garbles and then holds like a random note for a really long time. And then it sounds kind of human-like, but robotic. And you're not sure if like when it's going to stop, because it'll just like go on
When
forever.
Is it gonna stop?
Like, okay. And then sometimes you put in like an English text, and if you have it on like a language setting, it'll just say some really random gibberish that kind of sounds like English, but not. And then it leaves it up to your human imagination to try and figure out what is the AI trying to say.
Oh.
So, yeah.
That sounds great.
Is it kind of like Sims language? A little
Ooh. Like what language?
bit? Sims?
Sims.
Did you ever play The Sims?
No, I'm familiar with the game. But
And they're like, gabble
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah, there's a bit of that.
Yeah.
Really interesting. Shall we return back to the wheel?
Shall we?
Oh, there's another show and tell, Harriet. Do you have anything else to show and tell, or do you want to spin the wheel again?
Let's spin it
Let's
again.
spin it again.
Yeah.
It's probably going to go to blue again.
Only two blues as well.
Oh, yeah, you have to talk about something else that you
Something
did.
Oh, you have to. Sorry,
What else am I
so much
working on?
stuff,
The thing is,
though.
I have a lot of stuff that I can't show. I have a lot of things that I'm working on that will be coming out at some point, but I can't just.
They're confidential.
can't-
You
yeah.
signed an NDA.
Signed a few NDAs.
We'll just spin the wheel again and hope for the best. We can just edit that part out.
Yay!
Nice one. It's the drawing game. Okay. Draw the last object or concept that gave you creative inspiration.
Okay. Bye-bye treehouse.
It's like an angel.
It's me asleep in my bed.
Same thing.
Same thing. And I'm not asleep yet, but I always have these like thoughts before I'm asleep, like just as I'm falling asleep, and I have the best ideas, and I'm always so like sure that the idea is so good that I'll wake up and it'll be my first thing that I think of, and then I wake up and I forget it.
It's gone.
Every time I'm like, I don't need to write it down. I even put my notebook there, but I'm like, it's such a brilliant idea. There's no way I forget this. And it's happened to like probably 100 times in total now that I just wake up and I'm like,
You know what they say
What
about
was that?
ideas? I don't know who says it, but I was once told that ideas are something that they're just kind of transient and they will land on the person, but if the person doesn't act or like write them down or anything, it'll just move to the next person. And
I've
then
heard that
yeah,
too,
and then
actually.
the next person will realize it. They're just here, they're just floating around waiting for someone to actualize them.
Yeah.
So you better get that notebook out here.
and every time I'm just so like, girl, it's so good, you're not gonna forget it. And then I wake up and I just play myself.
Okay, well, luckily ideas are abundant. And if you already know this about yourself,
It's an easy fix.
it's an easy
It's
fix.
an easy
Exactly.
fix.
It's almost like you don't want to because you're scared.
Maybe.
Too good of an idea.
Yeah, too good of an idea.
The world is not ready for new ideas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I imagine the future would have some kind of like recording device that could record your
subconscious?
thoughts, maybe.
I think there's people working on this already.
Yeah.
That actually
We
goes
have-
back to one of our questions was like, would you upload your consciousness to the cloud? Like if it were able to capture all your ideas before you went to sleep.
I feel like people would expect, I'm like the first person people would expect to be like, hell yeah, upload me. Like upload my whole being onto the cloud. But I'm actually not sure whether I would. No, I probably would, to be honest.
You would?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Depends who would have access to it though as well. Really.
I mean, there's hackers everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
Cybersecurity, what is that?
I'm less worried about hackers. I'm more worried about big data. And
Oh, yeah.
multinationals.
Like be able to...
corporations,
Okay,
what are they doing?
yeah.
Yeah, with my
Agreed.
dreams. But also my dreams are like a really big source of inspiration for me because I have weird, crazy, like full questline fantasy dreams. And then I come onto my computer the next day and start kind of recreating bits, and then I have even crazy dreams the next night after then doing that, and it's just like endless.
A dream recorder would be so badass.
It would be so good.
So amazing. And I guess if you had like a local device, something that doesn't go onto a server, like online,
Now we're talking.
then yeah, that would be pretty epic.
Yeah, I would love to play back my dreams and then like be able to edit them, cut them,
Yeah.
make it happen. Someone.
Okay, back to the wheel.
We went
Back
into
to
the
the
went into the
tangible
stratosphere
things we
there.
can
I was like, let's pull it back to the wheel.
Where are we again?
I'm like, they're gonna edit that part out. They're like, what's going on here? Oh well, Red, serious questions.
Oh, my
so
favorite.
more where that came from. Okay, what is the most outlandish, ridiculous thing that you have ever created?
I would say it was probably my degree show project for my bachelor's.
Okay.
So I tried to come up with a solution for social media addiction. So this took the form of a wearable called the doggy bag, which basically acted as a pouch so that you would basically be able to hold a dog right under your nose here. So it would inhibit you from using technology, but also, and most importantly, you would be able to form what we call a connection or a bond with your dog. So you wouldn't necessarily feel the need to chase this fleeting dopamine hit that you would get from social media or from technology in general, I guess. So yeah, that was like a satirical
What kind of dog would it be?
solution.
Would it be a greyhound? No.
Greyhound.
No. No greyhounds here.
I actually
No
used
bull mastiffs.
I used my mom's dog for the project, which
Okay. It's a very specific kind of dog.
a
It's
miniature
not
Jack
just
Russell.
a doggy, but
Yeah, so
Handbag dog.
the
black dog.
the dog was a miniature Jack Russell. So yeah, her name's Dot, and she just sat in the pouch here. So we used her for all of the promotional material and stuff, and she was very good.
I think that'd be really difficult because I think that would prompt me to want to take a selfie all the time with the dog that's in my pouch.
Which completely negates the
Yes,
whole point.
exactly.
Yeah.
So how was the project received? Did people have critiques like this?
Believe it or not, it was very positive.
Okay.
It was very, very positive because it was a satirical take
right.
on a quite a serious topic. It wasn't necessarily intended as a legitimate solution. It was more so just to kind of provoke thought and reflection around the idea of social media addiction, and I guess to bring a little bit more attention to how we use technology, and why we use technology, and how to better use technology.
Right. I think that pet therapy is also something that's pretty underutilized. I know that a lot of my friends who are anxious or they're depressed, they said that getting a cat or getting a dog has massively helped them.
Yeah.
And because it's just like the presence of something there and
Yeah,
then something that they can
absolutely.
take care of.
Something to get out of bed every day,
Yeah, exactly.
Something like a dog, you need to walk it like first thing in the morning,
That's
So it just
true.
like gets you out of bed, and you're outside and stuff. It's like super, super good for mental health.
Nice one. That's a pretty ridiculous thing. Harriet, would you rather live in a virtual reality where you are all powerful, or live in the real world and be able to go anywhere but not be able to interact with anyone or anything?
I feel like it's a no-brainer.
Is it?
Yeah, give me the power.
Okay, you want to
Yeah.
live in a virtual reality. I mean, it kind of goes back to what you were saying about creating these dreamscapes.
Yeah.
You'd be all powerful there.
All powerful. If it's my own world, and if there's lots of other realms where someone else is all powerful, and yeah, I don't think I'd want to be able to travel anywhere, but also not be able to interact with anyone, because it's these interactions that.
But true, but like,
people's
what
go-
about the virtual? Like, would you have to create your own friends in this virtual reality
That's what I
where
was
you're all
gonna
powerful?
ask.
Where you're all powerful, it's almost kind of like when
You will be friends with me. Like,
they always say it's like lonely at the top. So would
Yeah.
you really be able to interact if you're creating everything? You're creating your own environment, and people might be intimidated by you.
but maybe like,
created.
if I was all powerful, I'd then delegate the power. You know, if I'm all
Yeah.
powerful, then I have also the power to be like, I don't want the power.
Whoa! So I see what you did there.
Like, how many wishes do you want?
This is true.
Yeah.
Infinite wishes. Okay, that's a pretty good answer. Word. Serious question. What was the most rewarding thing about your artist in residence experience?
Ooh, I'd say just the diversity of the type of people. Just meeting everyone from like scientists who are visual artists that were doing really interesting molecular translations, to like people working in robotics and building musical interfaces in really strange ways. And yeah, I really love just witnessing how many unique and different approaches that came out of everyone who was part of it, because they had these really unique combinations and their unique methods and approaches. That was really cool. It kind of like pushed me to like also explore my own boundaries, and I think just like being in that kind of a space pushed me to go a little bit further also, and like get out of my own comfort zone, or look at my own work a little differently.
Thank you so much for joining us and getting to know the artists in residence. If you want to find out more about the residency program, head over to factoryberlin.com.